Today, I'm diving deep into the world of ads to see if my private conversations are actually being spied on. Let's find out together. People are getting more and more concerned about their digital privacy, and one thing that's been on everyone's mind is targeted advertising. It seems like every time we talk about something, an ad for it pops up on our social media or Google search. The idea that our personal conversations are being used to inform ad targeting is pretty unsettling, and it's something that's been debated a lot lately. Tech companies aren't exactly transparent about how they collect data for ad targeting, which doesn't help to alleviate our concerns. We've all been there talking to a friend about a new product, and then seeing an ad for it on Facebook or Instagram. It's enough to make you wonder if your phone is actually listening to your conversations. Many of us have experienced this phenomenon, and it's only natural to feel a bit paranoid about it. The question is, are our private conversations really being spied on, or is there something else going on? The lack of transparency from tech companies makes it difficult to get a straight answer. We know that companies like Facebook and Google collect a lot of data on us, but how exactly do they use it? The truth is, we don't really know for sure what's going on behind the scenes. We can make some educated guesses, but at the end of the day, we're just speculating. That's what makes this topic so fascinating. There are still so many unanswered questions. Our conversations are a fundamental part of our private lives, and the idea that they might be being used for ad targeting is a pretty big deal. Data collection for ad targeting is a complex process that involves a lot of different methods. Cookies, location tracking, and social media activity are all used to build a profile of who we are and what we're interested in. Some people think that our phones are using the microphone to listen to our conversations, but that's not entirely accurate. While it's true that some apps do use the microphone to collect data, it's not quite as sinister as it sounds. When we download an app, we're usually asked to give it permission to access certain features, like our location or contacts. Sometimes, we're also asked to give it permission to access the microphone. This can be used for things like voice commands or audio recording, but it's not the same as secretly listening to our conversations. The lines can get a bit blurry, though, and it's understandable that people might get confused. The idea that our phones are secretly listening to us is a pretty compelling one, and it's something that's been explored in a lot of different studies. Some experts say that it's not just about the microphone, it's about the way that data is collected and used across multiple platforms. When we talk about something, we're not just talking to the person in front of us, we're also talking to our phones, our computers, and all the other devices that are connected to the internet. There's some pretty compelling evidence out there that suggests our phones aren't actually listening to our conversations. For example, a study by the Washington Post found that even when people talked about certain products, they didn't see an increase in targeted ads. This suggests that maybe, just maybe, our conversations aren't being spied on after all. On the other hand, some experts say that just because we can't see the evidence, doesn't mean it's not happening. In conclusion, the question of whether our private conversations are being spied on for ad targeting is a complex one. While we can't say for sure what's going on behind the scenes, it's clear that our data is being collected and used in a lot of different ways. It's up to us to stay informed and make conscious choices about how we use our devices. If you've ever had a freaky experience with targeted ads, let me know in the comments below. And if you're curious about more digital privacy topics or tech myths, be sure to check out my next video where I'll be diving into another fascinating topic.